What's up, guys? Hey, Jared Beckstrand here, Doctor of Physical Therapy, ToneandTitan.com, and today I wanted to share with you 3 of my favorite exercises for your painful shoulder. All you're gonna need is one of these. Let's get into it right now. Okay, so we're talking all about the shoulder today. Shoulder is the most mobile joint in your body. It's got the most degrees of freedom, the degrees of motion available at it. That being said, it also has the most muscles that act on it to be able to control it through those different motions. Now, when we think about shoulder rehab and when we think about shoulder muscles and shoulder stability, my mind anyway goes immediately to the rotator cuff. Now, those are the 4 muscles that you have in your shoulder that basically control where that ball moves in that socket. That is only one small piece of the puzzle. Now, to demonstrate the rest of it, I want you guys to do a simple exercise with me. I want you to stand up, I want you to round your shoulders forward, and then just try to reach up and over your head. You'll see that in that position, with my shoulders rounded forward, at best, I can get up to, I don't know, maybe 150 degrees overhead. Now, what I want you to do is seat your shoulder blades back. So pull your shoulders back, pull your shoulder blades together, kind of tuck them down a little bit. Now in this position, do that same exercise. Try to reach up overhead. You'll see that all of a sudden, I can get all the way up to 180 degrees of motion. Now, the reason behind that is because your shoulder blades actually play a role in how your shoulder joint functions. Those muscles that act on your shoulder blade need to be strong enough to position it in the right spot to give it a firm base that your shoulder can then rotate and articulate around. That's what I hope to achieve with this video today. I wanted to help you guys out and show you 3 of my favorite dumbbell exercises that are going to work on the timing and sequencing of those motions. We need to work on getting the shoulder blade firm and stable into the right position, and then from there, work on the rotator cuff to help it to heal and strengthen the right way. I mentioned at the beginning of this video, all you're gonna need for this is 1 dumbbell, and believe it or not, this nice pink 5-pound weight is about as heavy as I ever recommend for patients. Check your ego at the door. You're gonna grab either a 1 or a 2-pound dumbbell to get started, or in a lot of instances, the weight of your arm might be enough. Now, if you don't have a dumbbell, get creative. Grab a soup can. Water bottles work well. Peanut butter. Anatomical shoulder model. Don't let simply not having a dumbbell keep you from performing these exercises. One more thing that I want to mention, I'll be demonstrating these up here on my therapy table. Obviously, you might not have one of these available at your house. Your couch, your bed are good options. I even had people do it up on the kitchen table, on the kitchen counter. There's a lot of different options available if you get creative. That being said, grab your weights and let's go to work. One more thing that I forgot to mention, in the PT clinic, we refer to these 3 exercises as Ys, Ts, and Is. If I were to do that with my arms, that looks like a Y. That looks like a T, and then if I were to bring them in this position, I guess that looks like an I, but that's what they're called because those are the positions that you're going to get in with your arms. I'm going to demonstrate them to you as Is, Ts, and Ys. For all 3 of these exercises, you're going to lay down on your stomach with your bad arm, your bad shoulder hanging off of the bed or couch or whatever it is that you're on, and that dumbbell in your hand. This is the position for all 3. Let's get things started with our eyes. Now, from this position, and as I mentioned in the intro to the video, we want to emphasize the scapula, or where the shoulder blade is. I want to set my shoulder blade down and back. You'll see that as I move my arm in that position, all I'm doing is moving my shoulder blade. No motion is happening at the shoulder yet. After I get into that position, now I'm going to kick on my shoulder to pull that weight up and back behind me. So shoulder blade first, and then that weight comes up. On each one of these, if you can, I want that weight to get up above the level of the table or couch, whatever it is that you're on, just so that we're sure that we're going into full extension, full motion. Pull with the shoulder blade, pull with the shoulder, and we're gonna shoot for about 10 reps there. Second exercise is going to be T's. I like T's because we're going to add a little element of some external rotation to this motion. Same thing holds true with this. First motion is in your shoulder blade. I want you to retract your shoulder blade, so you're just gonna pull your shoulder back, pull your shoulder blade in towards your spine. Now we're going to lift the shoulder up into that position. I tell people if you start with your thumb pointing in, so meaning pointing at your bed or couch, whatever it is that you're on, and then as you pull, you're going to finish with your thumb pointing up in that direction. That adds that rotation component to it. So again, shoulder blade first, get that shoulder blade up and back where it needs to be, and then we're gonna kick on the shoulder muscles to pull into that position. That's your T motion right there. Perform 10 reps of that. Now, here's your Y motion. Usually the most difficult for people, but if you can get it down, again, it's also probably my favorite one, the one that I find to be most effective anyway. Up into the Y motion. Shoulder blade, set that kind of down and back first, and then we're going to use that to pull up into this position right here. You can go straight up in this way, but I find if I want to kick on a little bit more of an external rotation component, right here, this is a lot of what we would call flexion. That's a lot of front deltoid that's doing that. If I want to emphasize the rotator cuff a little bit more, which in most painful shoulder cases you would like to perform, you're going to kind of pull out to the side to right here, make sure that shoulder blade is set down and in, and then we're going to rotate up to that position right there. And so to go that one, full speed, we're going to set the shoulder blade, and then we're going to lift up, and then we're going to come down. Set the shoulder blade, we're going to come up into that position, and then we're going to come down. Set the shoulder, lift up, and then come right back down. You perform 10 reps of that Y motion. By that time, shoulder might be a little bit fatigued. Take a little bit of a break. Get through another set of all three, I, T, and Y. Take another break, and then we'll do a third set of the I's, T's, and Y's. 3 sets of 10 is a great number to shoot for on those exercises. The last question that you're probably asking is how often should I be doing these exercises? My answer to that is daily if you can tolerate it. If not, most days of the week is going to help you to strengthen those scapular stabilizers and those rotator cuff muscles and hopefully help you out of some of the pain that you might have been experiencing. I hope this video helps you guys out. If it does, and if you do like this video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button to actually like this video. If you haven't done so already, I would love to see you here more regularly. If you subscribe to Tone and Tighten, you can do that by hitting this circle button right here, right now. If you're interested in more shoulder videos, that one has some of the best stretches for your shoulder. This one over here is some of the best strengthening exercises for your rotator cuff. And I'll see you again soon right here on Tone and Tighten.